The village of Umuez lay in the heart of the Igbo lands, surrounded by vast forests and a mighty river that sang to the gods. It was a land blessed by the spirits, where the ancestors walked among the living, whispering secrets in the rustling leaves. At the center of this thriving village stood Adaolisa, the fairest maiden of Umuez. Her deep ebony skin glowed under the sun, her high cheekbones framed by intricate braids adorned with coral beads. Her beauty was matched only by her kindness, and men from far and wide sought her hand in marriage. But Adaolisa's heart belonged to Obinna, a brave and ambitious warrior. They had grown up together, their love blossoming like the Eudora tree in the season of plenty. Obinna swore before the gods that he would make Adaolisa his wife, and she vowed to wait for him, no matter how long it took. However, fate is a cruel weaver of destinies. The peace of Umuez was shattered when warriors from the neighboring village of Okporo raided their lands, stealing crops, burning huts, and capturing women. The Nike elders gathered in the village square, their faces grim. War was inevitable. Obinna, eager to prove his strength, led the warriors of Umuez into battle, swearing to bring victory and honor to his people. For months, Adaolisa waited, lighting a lamp every night, praying to Allah, the goddess of the earth, for Obinna's safe return. When the warriors finally came home, she ran to the village square, her heart pounding. But Obinna was not among them. Her world shattered when she heard the news Obinna had been captured by the enemy. Many thought him dead, but Adaolisa refused to believe it. She spent sleepless nights at the riverbank, whispering his name to the wind, hoping the spirits would hear her plea. Then, one moonless night, Obinna returned. But he was not the same man who had left. He walked into the village with warriors from Okporo, his once loyal brothers, now his prisoners. And by his side stood Amoka, the daughter of Okporo's king, his new wife. Whispers spread like wildfire. Obinna had betrayed them. He had joined the enemy. He had forsaken Adaolisa. Adaolisa stood before him, her heart hammering against her chest. Obinna, tell me it is a lie, she pleaded, her voice trembling. Tell me you have not forsaken me. But Obinna did not meet her gaze. The gods have decided, he said coldly. I am no longer the man you once loved. I am the husband of Amoka, the prince of Okporo. Umuez is weak. I have chosen the side of strength. The pain that gripped Adaolisa was worse than death. The man she had loved, the man for whom she had waited, had turned his back on her. On their love. On his people. Tears burned her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. Then may the gods judge you, she whispered. That night, a violent storm raged over Umuez. Thunder cracked like the angry voice of Amedioha, the god of justice. The river, once calm, overflowed its banks, swallowing the lands in a great flood. The elders said the ancestors were angry, that Obinna's betrayal had cursed the land. Obinna tried to flee with Amoka, but the spirits were watching. As he crossed the river, a great force pulled him under. He gasped, struggling, but the river showed no mercy. It dragged him down, swallowing him whole. His screams echoed, but soon, there was only silence. The next morning, the storm had passed, but Umuez was forever changed. The village elders declared that Obinna's name would never be spoken again, his memory erased from their history. As for Adaolisa, she walked to the river where she had once prayed for his return. She stood on the edge, staring at the swirling waters that had claimed the man she had once loved. A single tear slipped down her cheek before she whispered, "May the river keep your soul." Then, with quiet dignity, she turned away, never looking back. And so, the tale of Adaolisa and Obinna became a legend, one of love, betrayal, and the wrath of the gods. The river that had swallowed Obinna became known as Udo Nwani, the peace of a woman, a reminder that love, when betrayed, could summon even the fury of the spirits.